4, 3, 2, 1. Good afternoon, everybody. This is Kerry Porter coming to you live on YouTube via D1 Media Pro and Ksport Network. I am here at East Orange campus, Robeson Stadium in East Orange, New Jersey, and I'd like to thank you for everybody for tuning in live on this show today. We're doing a special presentation where we're giving our very first Ksport Mvp. Ksport is a sports marketing and media company based here in the East Orange and greater Newark area. And what we are doing is we're highlighting somebody that is well deserving of this MVP. This young man and family, I should say, did everything they could going forward as far as their community service, as far as their leadership, as far as everything that was asked upon them in regards to what is needed for them. So we're going to honor this family as a way of saying thank you for their service in the city of East Orange, their service around the youth sports community and high school sports community here in New Jersey. I'm going to start off with the platform where we're going to start speaking with the head coach of East Orange Campus High School, Ray Oliver. We were supposed to have the youth coach here, President Tyrone Miles, but he was unable to make it at the present time. So we're going to have Coach come in for a second, and we're going to speak with him for a minute, and then we're going to start with everything else. Coach, thank you very much for stepping in and coming to this little small presentation that we have for the family. And I wanted to know basically everything that you have seen from the time you have taken over to the growth of Keyshawn and Keith and Monique.
Well, there's a lot, so I don't think you had the time to go through all of that, but I will speak to a couple things. One, the easiest part is talking about Keyshawn and the family. Being that I'm part of it, I've watched him grow up. I've watched all the things. You're talking about a committed group. His mother and his father have always put them first before their own needs. I think that's more than commendable is what we should be doing. So they served as examples, and not only with Keyshawn, but then they wound up being coaches themselves, both of them, and being able to mentor these young men and women for that matter. So they've set an example and precedence in this city alone that's hard to follow, along with the football teams they coach. Started the All-Star League, which is something that was monumental and wasn't done in Northeast in general, but particularly in New Jersey. So they've created a platform that a lot of people don't know about, as many that should know about it, but the ones who do realize how important it is. So that I wanted to speak to that first. But as far as Keyshawn in general, man, we're talking about a kid who is a very well-mannered kid. All the things we know about him. He's a bright kid. He's a nice kid. But he has a bit of a tiger in him.
Right.
And that comes out on his field. Right. And he's kind of like an artist. Like he does a lot of things. It's hard to just let him play line because he can kick and he can throw and he can catch.
Right.
Right. So sky's the limit when he goes to college. But at the end of the day, I was really blessed to be able to say that we had another Mumford here.
Right.
And the legacy that was here, and I'm sure they'll speak to that, but to be the head coach and to be able to bring a family member in and have him kind of sweat, bleed, and cry and win and occasionally lose was something that was special. And I'm just proud to be a part of it.
Well, he was a part of your league championship where you won 2 back-to-back championships in your division, and that's North Jersey Super Conference Blue Division. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct. East Orange hadn't won the Super Conference since its inception, but more in general, it just hasn't won league conferences in a while. Montclair had a stranglehold on it for a while, and we've been able to pace ourselves. So the first year we got here, particularly against Montclair, we had a sizable difference in score. The second year, we played them in Montclair, and the ball fall a different way. We win. We lost by a point. And then our third year, we wound up beating them 2 times.
Right.
And it speaks a lot to the kids who are committed. But more importantly, I think we're trying to bring back what other people had here. Mustafa was here, and other guys who were here who not only believed in East Orange, but had a winning tradition.
Right.
So we've been doing that for the last 3 years, and we went from 6-4 to 7-3 and 9-2. And people didn't even give us a chance.
Right.
Being honest, and not that we care too much about that, but it's to be noted.
Right.
And it gives you a sense of relief and accomplishment to say that these kids have been able to block out the calls and just focus on what we do here every day. And so we're proud and happy that Keyshawn was a major cornerstone part of that.
Going forward, now that you're losing Keyshawn to college and you're graduating, how many seniors this year?
27.
27.
24, 27. I think 27.
27 seniors.
Right.
Do you think that your rising seniors and juniors are going to be able to step up to the plate and take over for what they left off?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think that it's unfortunate that Coach Tyrone's not here because he and Coach Fritz and a lot of other people in this town have done a great job, including the Mumford Brain Trust, in preparing these athletes for the next level. And I think when they stepped in here, none of this was too big for them. The growth curve was shorter than others. And so going forward, the class that's going to be seniors was my freshman class.
Okay.
And I think what we've been able to do, even academically, when I took over, we had about 22 kids who were knowledgeable. And that went to my second year where we had 12. And then my third year we had 4.
Wow.
So this year is a little different because of the COVID situation. Some kids weren't able to do things the way they normally do outside of our regular way of preparing. But just speaking to that. So if they're, and most times, if you're academically sound, your discipline is to the point where you're able to be a good football player and manage your time well.
Right.
So we look forward to, we're not shying away from any competition, and we're also not shying away from dealing with this COVID situation because I think we're prepared enough to at least be disciplined to follow direction and do what needs to be done. So I think we're transitioning in the senior class will be really good. We may lose some talent, but I think they're a little bit bonded possibly as a team, which may transition and some stuff going on.
Well, I hear that you have a couple rising freshmen coming into the school. Most of them are probably going to be at the STEM Academy or something. Tyson as well. Do you think that those rising freshmen that are coming in, will that be able to keep the brand that you are now implementing here in East Orange going for a long time?
Well, the interesting thing was the brand wasn't created on the most successful players or the best players. The brand was created on those kids that might not get them to come to practice every day.
Right.
The brand was created on just being in love with the town and really not following what other people tell you they can do for you, but really just doing the best for yourself.
Right.
And then anything we have to contribute is just extra.
Okay.
So the brand has nothing to do with the better players. It has everything to do with the kids that sometimes people don't want.
Right.
So, it's kind of extra when you get the good football players and they buy in, because a lot of this stuff is ego-driven. And unfortunately, with the ego, you kind of lose the learning process.
Right. So can you tease us a little bit of what to expect coming this fall?
Well, not to divulge a lot, but we do have some additions to our staff. Some really creative and dedicated people. We have some players who I think are ready for the limelight. We're losing great players like Ian, Nasir, and Quadir, and Dinky. I can go down the line, right? And they really did put in a lot of work, and they're really great football players. And what they've done is help transition. They've really put a lot of young people under their wings. Keyshawn, talking to the linemen, making sure that they follow his lead. So it's really hard to say what's going to happen, but I expect it to be a positive experience for everybody and something that this town can be proud of.
Good. Do you have an idea of what game you will be for everybody to look forward to?
Well, we have, people say that our conference, our schedule is one of the toughest public schools scheduled this year in North Jersey. So you can take your pick. From West Orange to Irvington to Union City, Montclair. We're up against it every week. So they sometimes say that the Big North, which is the conference up in the Bergen area, is huge. Well, we're that public school, LSU, SEC.
Right.
Because every week is going down.
It's going down one way.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's something that we look forward to.
So who's your first game at this season? West Side.
Yes, sir.
Is that going to be at the
So from what I understand, it's at Rutgers.
Is that records?
Absolutely.
So that's the battle on the Raritan.
Rumble part of it.
Rumble on the Raritan. I'm sorry.
And after that, we have Montclair. We have a number of games that are. We may even play a game or two on one of the local college campuses.
Okay.
Just to kind of change some things up and create a better experience for the kids.
So they have an idea.
Absolutely. And at the end of the day, I just want them to be satisfied with not only how they play, but where they play. Okay. That's the next issue here that in the future we're looking to continue to increase and improve our stadium and our weights and all that stuff. Which just speaks to our dedication. So.
Well, that's great to hear, Coach. And I look forward to being on the sidelines with you and talking to you more about that when that comes along. For a moment, I'm just going to ask you to step away for a second. I'm going to bring in the parents for a second. And, it's really is something when you have great parents who are always a part of your growth. They're going to lead you in the right way, always in a positive way, to always give you an opportunity to grow in the way you want to be. My parents were like that for a while when I grew up here in East Orange, and I see that in you guys as well. So this is why we're asking you all to come in and speak about the programs that you have going forward. And also, we're going to give you a little surprise in the process. So, Keith, what is the basis of what you been teaching Keyshawn when you first stepped on the football field?
Wow. Well, when he first started, he was an offensive line guy. Didn't move well, One of the guys at a certain time you kind of don't want to play. You get to that point and you're like, I'm not getting it. And then it finally clicks in. And once you have, you practice hard and you start seeing the results, now you want to practice even more. You do something, you have a good game, now you're ready for practice again. Some days you don't want to go to practice. When you have a good game, you're ready for practice. So he went from basically offensive lineman and like Coach stressed, he could do a lot of things now, but it came through hard work. You practice, you got to stick with it,
And he was a part of the PPY system, wasn't that?
Oh, he grew up in PPY since he was 6 years old.
Yeah. 6 years old. And for those of you who don't know, PPY is Promoting Progress for Youth Incorporated, which houses East Orange Panthers youth football and also East Orange basketball, East Orange Panthers basketball program. So we are very happy to see them. See this young man grow in this particular program for all this time since he was 6 years old. Monique, you took the bull by the horns in a sense when you first stepped on the scene with Keyshawn and Keith, stating that you wanted to be a part of the administration side. How did that teach you and actually help you promote things from within and showing Keyshawn the other side of things as well as with sports?
Well, it helped me, one, because it started with Keyshawn, and then branching off with other kids. So being in the backside, on the administrative side, I was able to make sure everything, was taken care of, everything was right and in order, because that's how I am, where it reflects the program. The program then reflects the kids,
right.
So as a whole, just being on the administrative side.
Now, there's word that you all may take over PPY, but at the same token, you all also have the East Orange All-Stars in the spring youth football program.
Yes.
Can you all talk about that and how that came about as well?
Okay. Well, we started the East Orange All-Stars football program in 2015. And from there, East Orange All-Stars, we were the East Orange Panthers program. It was basically all of the East Orange programs in the city of East Orange, all joined together as one to play together as one in the city, which I don't think it may have been done maybe years and years ago, but it's now a thing that's being done with the East Orange All-Stars. It started in 2015. We put all the kids together, played together, and we're still in existence as of now.
You figure we're trying to keep all our kids on the stars. We've got 3 or 4 programs in our city. Bring them out, let them play spring ball, and prepare them for the next level. And that's what our agenda is. Next level football. We give them to Coach Oliver and his staff, and he gets them prepared for the next level. Right. So our job is to just get them. I talk in 8th grade. I talk to Coach. We got this kid. We talk about everybody, so he has an idea of who's coming and what to expect. But I mean, it really helps. It really helps a lot.
Now, how did you all, specifically you, you were an all-star basketball player in high school, right? And you graduated from the basketball team with Keysight, which is formerly how does your basketball experience come over into the football experience and teaching Keyshawn how to manage things on the field as well as off the field?
Well, they're pretty much the same. It's just a different activity. You work hard, you'll see the results. And a lot of people just automatically think like a person just, he's just good. No, you got to get that way.
Right.
Nobody's good when they start. You might be better than some other kids, but if you put the work in, football, basketball, at your craft, you'll get better.
Right.
You stick with it. You listen to your coaches. You may have a coach tell you to do something this way, and you in your mind you think, well, the other coach told me to do it this way. You do what that coach actually do while you're with that coach, and then you incorporate it to your game. Now you got, you can block a certain way or you can shoot a certain way, whatever sport you play. You just incorporate it, whatever helps you. If it's something you can't use, it doesn't help you, put it to the side. And you just build it. You just build football, you watch football, you learn.
Conditioning.
And conditioning, if you're in good condition, that helps.
It helps a lot.
It
helps a lot.
If if you're equal, you and your opponent, you're equal, if you're in better condition, you'll probably come out on top.
Okay, great. Now, what I have as a little surprise for you is I just need I have a little surprise for you. Now, what it is that we're doing is we're going to, as far as the MVP, as we already know, means for most valuable player. I'm also giving the most valuable parent award.
That's good.
All right. So you getting the most valuable parent is the Ksport Founders Award that we're presenting to you both. It's a small token of our appreciation for your thanks for staying on top of us, as well as making sure we got every name promoted right in the newspaper when we wrote our articles. This is for you, and this is for you. It's actually the same thing. It has your names on it. Both of your names on it, so you can always keep one in the household and one at the office. Probably everybody can present it, and it's a way to say thank you and show you our appreciation for all that you have done in the city, the awards, and all the kids that came to you and say, "Mom, I need help. Dad, I need help. Can you do this? Can you do that?" And all the things that you unselfishly did in the process and everything else. Even to some of the adults and some of the parents, we look to you all as a way of a beacon of light in the city. The same way they did to my parents when I grew up, and they looked at them as well. So I would like to make sure that you carry that beacon and pass that torch to you all as well. So this is the Founders Award. This is the first one of many that we hope to give out to parents like you, and hope that you will continue your success in this light and this line, and also in the time that you have here. Whether you stay here in East Orange or everywhere else you go, we'd like to thank you all for your help.
And I just want to make note, while we did start the program and start doing the football thing because of Keyshawn, even though he's leaving, we are still going to be a part of your youth. You're not getting rid of us. We are still a part of the kids. I'm still going to be Mama Mo for all of these kids. I'm still going to be Mama Mo to the coaches. We're still going to be here for the kids. And again, it started with him, but that doesn't mean it ends with him, because we still have kids to bring up just like we brought Keyshawn up.
And thank you very much. Now we're going to pull Keyshawn in for a second, because we have a little things that we'd like to talk to him about. As Mom and Dad will stick around just to hang out with us. And Keyshawn, well, you already know now that you are our most valuable player. All right. We actually try to do our best to keep it from you so we can surprise you with this. You are the actual very first most valuable player here for Ksport Incorporated, and you also are the most valuable player in our sense of civic duty and everything else. Can you talk to us about some of the things that you have done over the years since you stepped foot on the football field and off the field?
I don't know where to start, truth be told. Ever since I started football, I've been helping my mom and dad with little things like events, big events, other football games. I started off like when I was older. Started off like assistant coaching. Then unfortunately this year, the COVID-19 stopped everything. I was an official coach this year.
Oh, cool. So is that something you look to do in the future, or are you looking to do something along the lines of that?
Yes.
Okay, what will be your major when you go to college?
Business and finance.
Business and finance, and then you'll try to branch that into sports and things like that.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Just so everybody does, those who don't know, please tell us again what college you'll be going to.
Wesley College, Delaware.
In Delaware, in Dover, Delaware.
Dover, Delaware.
Okay, Wesley. For those of you who don't know, I did a little digging on Wesley College. Wesley College is an elite Division III NCAA college that's based in Dover, Delaware. They play mostly in the NJAC and conference, which is the New Jersey Athletic Conference. It will play, so Keyshawn will have a lot of opportunity to be seen throughout the state of New Jersey when they play against his home state rivals of William Patterson, Rowan College, King University, and a few others that's here in the state as well on the defensive Montclair State as well. So all of those who are still here in the East Orange area, New York area, or around the state of New Jersey, who would like to see this young man play, come on out and we'll support him and his team as they come into the state to play these excellent colleges and universities. Now, I always ask you this after your game, but I always figured that I'd like you to speak to your accomplishments and your achievements. That way, it seems more authentic from you. How many pancakes did you average a year?
On defense or offense?
Both. I mean, you was a magnet. You were already selected all area and all conference. Was it first and second team?
I mean, first team all conference, first team all county, and third team all state.
Wow. So that means you did a lot for that kind of stuff, right? So with that being said, I need something from you. I need to show you our appreciation. This is your certificate. Please open it up. It says to you, Keyshawn Mumford, for being the Ksport Incorporated Most Valuable Player for academics, community service, leadership, and off the field play. We applaud you, your next endeavors, and as you continue to encompass our core mottos. Let's go have some fun, Ksport. So that's always been the case here. That's always what I've seen you do. You always made things look easy and look fun. And that's the important thing that we did, and we always wanted to make sure that even when you're on your serious days, you are presented with something like case. And also, we want to give you another couple tokens of appreciation here.
Nice.
Okay. Nice. So this is
That's nice.
This is another T-shirt. Very first T-shirt that we're approaching. Okay. Would you like to grab that? And then we also got you another T-shirt to give you the same thing.
There you go.
Oh man!
Flip that one over on the side. Flip that around so they can see that number.
Yeah, that 52.
52.
That's his number.
That's his number.
Keyshawn Mumford, football 2020. And we also have one last item that his girlfriend, I would like her to come in and present to him herself. I'd like you to open that up, please.
It's like a Christmas gift.
There's no wrapper. It's some rough paper. This is.
You trying to be all gentle? Because his girlfriend gave it to him?
That's nice and easy.
Be gentle.
Gotta be gentle with it, but at the same time, there's a person. Rip it open. Hold it.
I ain't over the Christmas gift for years.
Show that to the world. That's the one of the best shots I got. That goes up against Montclair State.
Nice.
That was Orlando Pace's son from Montclair, and his battle at the conference semifinals, and the state semifinals. And then and it says class of 2020 Ksport Mvp. Congrats, kept one. That's standing for KEP. Kept one photo, which is a subsidiary of Ksport Incorporated. And we like you all to say thank you for your time here. We look forward to seeing you and your future endeavors at Wesley, and also anything else that you'd like to do in the future. Just come find us and we'll see if we can do something for you. All right. And Coach, I'll let you come in as well. We're going to wrap this up, family. Get in closely. We're going to wrap this presentation up really quickly. I just want to say thank you all for tuning in. My name again is Kerry E. Porter, founder, owner, and CEO of Ksport Incorporated. This is a Ksport presentation along with D1 Media Pro, Mustafa Houghton, and Miss Angel. Miss Angel for the camera work as well. As I see, Bryce. I'm sorry for that. And then also we would like to say thank you for all you tuning in, and hope to see you out here supporting East Orange Campus High School or any of the youth sports programs in your local area. And we will always say, let's go have some fun.
Let's go have some fun.
Absolutely.
K-Sport, and I'll see you then.
Go Jags.
Go Jags.
Go Jags.
No place like home.
There's no place like home.
Sign off now?
Yep, we signed off.
Move, can you get a picture with us?
Yeah, absolutely.